Coming up on KUJH News, a look inside a new exhibit at the Spencer Art Museum, how KU is maintaining its historical buildings, and learn ways students can save money on Royals tickets.
Live from the studio in Stauffer Flint at the University of Kansas, you're watching KUJH News.
Back to KUJH News. I'm Sydney Clark.
And I'm Charlotte James.
Lawrence police responded to a shooting that left a 23-year-old hospitalized in critical condition as of Thursday morning. Police were called to the scene at the 1700 block of West 6th Street just before 11 p.m. by LMH Health staff who reported that a man was dropped off at the emergency room suffering from a gunshot wound. 22-year-old Cody Allen George Holland was arrested at Casey's in the same block Wednesday night on suspicion of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. The shooting is still under investigation.
Starting today, KU will be hosting its annual One Day, 1 KU event. The One Day, 1 KU is a fundraising event that brings donors that support the university and its programs to provide funding for the many of the university's initiatives, projects, and organizations from all across the university. These donations help support a wide variety of university resources, including the university's departments, scholarship funds, student organizations, alumni association, athletics department, and more. The event will start at noon, February 20th, and will end at noon on Friday, February 21st.
What can you do in 24 hours? It might seem like a small amount of time, but at the University of Kansas and the University of Kansas Health System, we know that big things often start with small ideas. It starts with a single idea, a simple thought. That's all it takes. Like helium, discovered right here at KU. It's the smallest element of the periodic table, but it powers rockets and cools nuclear reactors. Or the monarch butterfly migration, a small idea, planting milkweed, became a global movement protecting these incredible creatures and inspiring awe worldwide. Think about a passport. For a KU student, it's not just a stamp. It's an open doorway to a world of possibility. A journey that leads to careers and connection that shape their future. And champions, they're built one practice at a time. Success isn't solo. It's teamwork, grit. It's everybody coming together to win. Now, we have one day, just 24 hours, to come together and make an impact that transforms lives. From noon on February 20th to noon on February 21st, it's One Day, 1 KU. We're funding scholarships, powering research, and igniting the next big idea. It's all of us, each contribute what we can, because when small efforts combine, they create something mighty. When Jayhawks unite, there's no limit to what we can achieve. So, let me ask you, what will you do in 24 hours? This is your chance. This is our chance. Together, we'll show the world what happens when small ideas grow into something extraordinary. One day, 1 KU. The next big idea starts here.
Here at KU, the Spencer Art Museum opened its new exhibit, Bold Woman, this week. KUJH's Taylor Doyle got an exclusive early viewing.
The Spencer's newest exhibit, Bold Women, highlights women's impacts on art and society. The curator, Susan Earle, and Spencer Director of External Affairs, Elizabeth Canos, discussed the exhibit.
The focus all along has been on the strength of women as a broadly defined group to address issues of social justice and how they have created change.
I think it's such a robust exhibition. We have video, installation, painting, drawing, photography, sculpture, so many different mediums. It really is a showcase of all the different ways that women from all over the world in different time periods and cultures have created bold artwork.
So there are more than 50 artists in the exhibition from a wide range of backgrounds, and from many different countries.
We created a virtual exhibition for Bold Women to accompany the exhibition that's in the galleries, and so it includes a lot of the same interpretive materials like labels that are in the galleries, but it also includes additional resources. Well, one of the things we always try to do with our exhibitions at the Spencer Museum is to make sure that all visitors who come can find a connection with the artwork and the artists that we are highlighting. The Spencer Museum of Art is a place for all students to find inspiration no matter what they're studying.
For more information about the exhibit and related programming, visit the Spencer Museum's website. For KUJH News, I'm Taylor Doyle.
Thank you, Taylor. I can't wait to check it out. The exhibit will be open until July 6th. Our weather forecast, Sam Hansen, is out today, but he made sure to keep us up to date with the weather. This is what we got. The winter storm earlier this week brought Lawrence 3.5 inches of snow, with higher amounts reported out west near Topeka and Manhattan. The system also brought the Arctic air mass that resulted in record low temperatures the past few days.
Coming up, a look into major construction projects around Lawrence and what a travel day looks like for a KU athlete.
National champions deserve a clean campus. Don't wait for other Jayhawks to pick up your mess. Keep the University of Kansas clean.
KU's Jewish Student Organization has raised over $4 million to build a new Chabad Center, set to be completed this fall. Chabad, KU began 20 years ago with just 4 students. Today, they provide educational and religious services to more than 700 KU students. KU Donovan Bullens has more.
I am really happy that they raised enough money to build a new center because it got cramped a lot of times, for big events and high holidays, the backyard would just be full of people. So it's a much needed expansion, and I think it will bring more people into the Jewish community.
We hope to offer a kosher meal plan every day. We hope to offer much more programming because we have more capacity and more space. So there's going to be a tremendous uptick in engagement, no question about it.
Thanks, Donovan. I'll be sure to try a kosher hot dog at the next KU basketball game. On the topic of construction, KU has a lot going on as well on campus. KUJH's Taylor Doyle is here joining us live in front of the Wesco Stairs, one of the many current construction sites. How's it going out there, Taylor?
Yes, I'm standing outside Wesco on this very chilly day. The University of Kansas is home to many historic buildings like Wesco. Director of Facilities Planning and Development, Mark Breisky, explains the process of maintaining these historic landmarks.
We do a lot of visual observation first, and then if the visual observation, if that looks like there's something wrong, then we'll go to the next level of observation. We can sound stone. So, for example, we've been sounding the campanile recently. because the campanile is starting to get micro fissures in its stone, which means tiny cracks. You don't see them, but if you sound it, which means tap with a hammer and see if it sounds hollow, you can hear that there's some voids in the stone.
The university's historic district, which covers buildings from 1863 to 1951, is a part of the National Register of Historic Places. The university's goal is to maintain safe learning environments while not inconveniencing students.
So we do a significant number of repairs over summer. Now, if I've got a year or 18-month repair, obviously it's not all going to happen over a break. So we try to be mindful of noise and hazard to entry of buildings.
While the construction may be inconvenient, it is important for our historical buildings to be safe for the students here. For KUJH News, I'm Taylor Doyle.
Thank you, Taylor. Looking forward to see how these buildings will look after it's all complete.
And now, with baseball season just underway, KU is already 4-0 on the year. But ever wonder how they got there? KUJH's very own Tyler Bermendo takes us along on a typical travel day for a student athlete.
We see the bright lights, the Twitter posts, and the broadcast of KU baseball. But life on the road is much more than just playing games. The team left Lawrence in a KU bus to get to MCI Airport. From there, all players and staff waited in the terminal until it was time to take off. After a 2-hour flight and a 3-hour drive, the team was greeted with a room full of snacks and hotel keys.
So the other things that we're doing is making sure that the guys have all the nutrition that they need, set up dinners and set up their snacks, all that stuff. Just kind of being there for practice, shagging fly balls, feeding machines, anything like that.
The team gets 2 to 3 meals catered a day. Sometimes it's delivered to the hotel, other times it's on site. Food was brought to the airport, to the clubhouse, and even right to the dugout.
I mean, just traveling with the guys, really getting to feel that next level experience and really just experiencing everything like how it is. It's pretty cool.
On the days the team isn't playing, they will be using opposing teams' weightlifting facilities and fields in order to keep themselves in game-ready shape. KU baseball added 27 transfers, most of them coming from the junior college level, who get to experience this type of treatment for the very first time.
You know, there's 9 people in a van and you're just crammed in there and you're traveling 6-7 hours to a place, and we stop at a gas station and you get your snacks, you don't even get a meal.
The KU team gets to travel by plane and on a 50-seater bus. The team is finishing up their 13-day road trip to Texas on Sunday. For KUJH Sports, I'm Tyler Bermundo.
Thanks, Tyler. There is so much that goes on behind the scenes to these trips. I'm excited to tune in to this week's games. Coming up on KUJH Sports, we sat down with not one, but 2 women's basketball players in the midst of their season. Stay with us.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
Welcome back to KUJH Sports. I'm Lindsay Ryan. As basketball nears the end of its season, I had the chance to sit down with sophomore guard Laia Conessa. Take a look. Traveling 4,800 miles away from Barcelona, sophomore Laia Conessa still finds the University of Kansas to be a place she can call home.
I talked to different universities, and this one caught my attention because I feel like this place is for me like home, like the people, my teammates, and the coaches.
Conessa found her love for basketball at a young age, playing on several teams growing up, including the FIBA U17 Women's Basketball World Cup team. And now, whether she makes a layup or a defensive play, she often shows her dedication to the game through her emotions on the court.
I think basketball is my passion. I just enjoy the game that I play and I have fun.
After senior Yvette Mayberry suffered an injury early into the season, Laia was trusted to step into her role on the team. She knows she has big shoes to fill.
Y means a lot for the team, so I just try to help my team as being a point guard when somebody is out, or just playing the two. That it's my original position. And I just try to help the team.
Konessa continues to make a name for herself, averaging 29 minutes a game and recording 10 or more points in her last 6 of 7 games. Starting as a sophomore, Laya has made a huge impact on the team and is just getting started. I'm Lindsay Brown.
Laya Konessa has a very bright future ahead of us, and we're so glad we had the chance to sit down with her. One of Konessa's teammates, junior guard Sanaya Copeland, had the chance to sit down with reporter Lauren Ritchie. Let's watch.
First of all, thanks for being here and welcome.
Thank you.
Let's start just the fact that you grew up just a couple miles from Lawrence. What's it mean to be able to come back here to kind of your home roots?
You know, it's really amazing. I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to play for Kansas. All my family always comes to my games, and it's just surreal to me, honestly.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about Wisconsin. You started there your first 2 years, so kind of in the Big Ten, and now you're in the Big 12. In your perspective, what have you seen the difference between those two conferences?
Yeah, I would say that the Big 12 is definitely more like physical, more intense. Both conferences have really good teams, but just every game is a battle for us in the Big 12.
And then, obviously, speaking of families, you and Samaya Nichols go way back. You guys were AAU teammates, you know. Talk about your guys' relationship both on the court, just like as teammates, and then I know you guys are roommates too, just the relationship you guys have.
You know, we just have a chemistry together. Like, we just know where each other are all the time, on the court, off the court, honestly. Being her teammate, her roommate is something that we've always wanted when we were younger, and it just means so much to be able to play with her again.
So every coach loves a defensive-minded player, and you give Coach just that. I want to quote from after the game yesterday. He said, "You always draw the toughest assignment," and he said you're one of the captains of the team. What does it mean hearing that, and what do you think your role is as that leader and captain?
You know, it's very special to hear my coach say something like that about me. It makes me want to be better for him, myself, and my team. Being a leader of this team is incredible. We have so much talent and girls that really want to be here, really want to do something special here, and just being one of those role models for them is amazing.
And then this weekend you get to play against Kansas State. As someone who's local, you get the rivalry. What does that mean to finally be able to play in one of those?
Yeah, it's I don't even know how to describe it. We played against them at Wisconsin, but I know it's not going to be the same. Like, the fans are going to bring so much to that game, and we just really want to prove that we can beat a top team. Also, K-State, like, rivalries, so it's going to be special.
And if you had to describe this year's team in one word, what would it be?
I would say together. We're really together. We love spending time with each other on and off the court, and we just try to be as connected as we can be.
And then one word to describe your game.
Energetic. I feel like I bring a lot of energy to this team.
Yes, we see it every day. Well, thank you so much for being here again, and best of luck in the rest of your season.
Thank you.
Kansas women's basketball is lucky to have those two a part of its program. The Jayhawks will travel up to Manhattan on Saturday for round 2 of the Sunflower Showdown. The game is set for 4 p.m. on ESPN+. And now it's time for a rapid-fire update on our Kansas sports teams. Up first, we have the men's basketball team is looking to get back in the win column after losing back-to-back games on the road. They will play Oklahoma State at home on Saturday, then travel to Colorado to take on the Buffs on Monday night. The softball team is heading to Texas, where they will compete in the San Marcos Classic. Their first game is Saturday against Texas State at 2 p.m. The swim and dive team are getting ready for the Big 12 Championships happening next Tuesday in Washington. And the tennis team will be back home this weekend with a match against Northwestern on Saturday. The men's golf team finished up their first tournament of the spring season, ending in 7th place. The Jayhawks will travel home to prepare for the Desert Mountain Tournament in March. Tanner Newkirk recently broke the indoor men's 3,000-meter record with a time of 7:51.84 in Arkansas. The team will stay there for the Arkansas qualifier starting Friday. There's a lot of sports going on here right now, and the spring season has officially gone into full swing. For more updates on all KU sports, stay tuned next week for another rapid recap. Coming up, a new student deal for Royals tickets and one last look at the upcoming forecast. We'll be back.
Yeah, I always just clap in this part.
This is where everyone's talking amongst themselves. Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it?
Are we supposed to smile?
When do we start? Somebody over here already started.
Can we talk about the piccolo part? It's the most complicated one.
It is. If you listen, you're doing it when the band's not playing.
You have to tell me when it starts. I still don't know.
Here we go. Just clapping now. No humps.
Nailed it.
I practiced this morning.
Mine was just two people.
It has a right and a wrong way of doing it. No. Wrong.
I like my way better.
I don't know how to do the end.
It's just.
I don't know the head.
That's great.
It's hard by yourself. Welcome back. Spring training for baseball starts today, and KUJH's Coop Hannon has a fantastic deal for college students looking to attend any Kansas City Royals game this season.
The MLB season is just around the corner, and oh man, are the Kansas City Royals going to be fun to watch. I'm Coop Hannon, and let me tell you how you can enjoy games at the K for cheap.
Everybody knows college is not cheap by any means. However, barely anyone knows that there are dozens of perks and discounts offered, including attending Royals games. You heard that right. The Kansas City Royals, less than an hour drive from Lawrence, offer $10 tickets for college students.
I do love going to Royals games, and since they're offering $10 tickets, that definitely makes me want to go to more Royals games.
After being verified with XNow, full-time, part-time, undergraduate, and graduate college students in the United States will be eligible to purchase $10 tickets in select areas. The deal is good Monday through Thursday and does exclude a handful of games. Still, $10 to watch Bobby Witt Jr. and the Kansas City Royals play is a fantastic bargain.
I know people that are going to minor league games and they're still paying like $20. So the fact that the Royals are offering college students $10 to go to a game, I think it'll draw in a bigger crowd, and I'll definitely be going to a game this season.
As spring training play starts today, the Major League Baseball opening day is set for March 27th, with the Royals taking on last year's AL Central winner, the Cleveland Guardians. For more, I'm Coop Hannon, KUJH Sports.
Sounds intriguing, especially one of those hot dog dollar nights.
The upcoming forecast looks amazing compared to what we have had this past week. We have 2 more days of below freezing high temperatures before settling into some spring-like conditions next week. Compared to today, high temperatures are expected to be nearly 50 degrees warmer come Tuesday, and there are no major chances for precipitation over the next 7 days.
Really happy that we're almost done with this cold weather. I'm personally looking forward to spring break. I don't know about you.
I don't know if I can take the cold weather anymore.
It's just a bit much. I came walking up the hill,
walking in my parka, all snugged
yes,
up.
Absolutely.
I've had enough. We're all ready for a good old warm up.
Absolutely. I agree with you that. Well, that's all we have for you this morning. Check out KUJH on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram for exclusive content. And keep up to date on the latest stories at KUJHnews.com. I'm Charlotte James.
And I'm Sydney Clark. KUJH News will be back next Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Have a good day and stay warm out there.